Listen, I don't know what to call you anymore. I don't know if it's Drew McIntyre. I don't know if it's tall, handsome Jack Drew. I don't know what it is, brother. But thank you for joining me. Listen, what the world wants to know: what has gotten into Drew McIntyre? What is going on with this jovial, sweet man from Scotland? What's happened?
I mean, I guess some people have changed, to other people, I'm the same, but I've evolved. And I like to lean towards that. I've evolved. I'm telling the truth. Certain things I was a little naive to and a little too nice about not, having the words I'm looking for, the killer instinct I used to have, I guess, to finish that kill shot in big matches. And it cost me for a couple of years. If you look at McIntyre's past few years, my past few years, like very successful on television, but we came to those big matches. I think I lost about 12 in a row or something. And what it came down to was I was making silly, silly mistakes relating to not having that killer instinct I used to have. Now it's back. Now I've found myself at the right time because we need a savior of the industry. We have the savior of WrestleMania, the savior of Raw, and the savior of WWE, Drew McIntyre, with my new evolved personality. Evolved, not like Seth Rollins, where he changes his personality every 8 months or something because he doesn't know who he is. I'm the same guy I've been for years. I've just evolved.
Mr. McIntyre, you listen. This is a big match. Dare I say the biggest match of your career because it is WrestleMania 40. But you were champion before, and I know you feel a certain way about that championship run. But looking back on it though, what's the difference between then and now?
COVID. There was no people there. There's people there now. Big difference.
Yeah.
But it's something I'm, incredibly proud of. I've obviously talked about it lots and lots of times. I'll continue to talk about it because it is some of my proudest work because it was such a scary time, a lot of unknown, a lot of people in their homes with a lack of original content, and WWE was right there multiple times a week with myself as champion. And as interesting or as unique and difficult as it was for us, it was more difficult for everyone else around the world. And they needed that escape, and we got to be that escape. And somehow along the lines, people forgot, wow, we did a really good thing and started kind of laughing at ha ha ha. Drew had a time when nobody was there. Wait a
Mm.
minute, how's this ha ha ha? All of a sudden, like, do you forget what it was like during those times? But I remember talking to people in interviews like this on my phone, like right now when I'm on the road or in my office or whatever, and people were literally crying and telling me that WWE gave them a constant, and some people literally saved their lives. During COVID when it was necessary. And since then, I've been through a lot of ups and downs character wise, but nothing I can't handle. I just knew it was going to be a journey to get back to the world title, and I've had a few setbacks with Roman Reigns, obviously Clash of the Castle, and now I'm ready to not just become world champion, defeat Seth Rollins, but take that world title to the next level. Seth's done a great job. He's made it what it is today, but he raised his baby, did the best he could. He sent it to college, but he's got to go out into the real world with a real man, and that's Drew McIntyre.
Listen, big man, we got this match here: Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, and listen, and a lot of people are talking rightfully so. You got an icon back in the business. You got The Rock back in the business. You have Cody Rhodes in the mix. You have all these things going on, but it seems like Seth could be like overlooking the man that's in front of him. He does have a world title match at WrestleMania. So is this is he in the right frame of mind in your opinion to face you because you're doing some of your best work, brother?
No, he thinks he is. He thinks he can do it all. And despite his body falling apart, he just can't help himself. He's a junkie, spotlight junkie. Just he sees that big, rock attention over on SmackDown, and he's like, "Oh, I can get myself in on that. How can I get myself in on that? Oh, Cody, I got your back, brother." But really, it's just, oh, I got this big spotlight I can be part of because I got to get my fix. But at the same time, I got world title match, but I can do that too because I'll get even more attention. I'll feed my giant freaking ego rather than focus on what matters, the world title and Raw. And I've said this to him on TV ad nauseum, hoping he would listen to me. He literally told me, like I said last week on TV, before our last title match, the one Damien Priest screwed me over in. Like, Drew, you got to get over the bloodline. You got over you. Get over it. And I was like, oh man. And I don't do that laugh to be funny. It sounds stupid. I like to know how, like, show him how he sounds. But yeah, he was right. I went away and thought about it. I was, you know what? He's right. All I do is think about the bloodline. I have to put it to the side. I have to focus on what matters: the world title, Raw, responsibility for the roster here as champion. So that's what I did. Bloodline would interfere in my matches. Solo, Jimmy, everybody, the guys who screwed me directly, leading up to Clash at the Castle, and Solo who legitimately screwed me, and I had to ignore him. Like there he is. I could drop him right now, but nope. I got to focus on the task at hand, beating my opponent, getting the momentum, doing it for Raw. And then I tried to return the favor. I go, Seth, forget about all this crap. Focus on what matters. You're the same guy that was telling Cody, fight me. And the crowd were going, we don't want that match, by the way. And I was like, listen, they don't want that match. Cody, don't be dumb. You've told them for 2 years you're going to finish your story. Go finish your story. Seth, stop being selfish. And apparently I'm the bad guy. I've told the truth the whole time. I encouraged Cody to go finish the story. Facing Seth, gave him the answers to the test. He wouldn't listen at this point. I don't care if he shows up crawling as long as he shows up. And I win that world title. And I give it an even better home.
Absolutely. Listen, I feel the trajectory changed, whether people like it or don't like it. Mr. Punk got injured, and I still feel there
It was
was a
such a
path for
shame.
you. I
Cried.
still feel was a path for you.
So crying.
But and much as it upset people, and you're in this spot. What's your thoughts to the people that say that you wouldn't be in this spot if Mr. Punk would not be injured and at home for WrestleMania 40?
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Doesn't mean their opinion's right or wrong, but I struggle to believe that Punk would be, racking up the momentum I've racked up based on my work rather than based on my name value. Like he's CM Punk. He had an incredible run with the company in the past, and people are so excited we're so excited to see him back for the few weeks before he broke like glass. But I've been putting in the work. I've been evolving the character. I feel like everything's hitting, and I'm where I need to be, not just on television, but socially and the likes. And you can see it reflected in the numbers. And I think you would not be surprised that if something is working, whatever the plans are, those plans can quickly change.
Do you like CM Punk, bro? I'm curious. Do you like this man deep down? Is there an affinity, a respect that you have for this man?
No, not as a person. I understand he's a big name, though. I understand he draws eyeballs, and that's good for the rest of our roster. He brings attention. People tune in, maybe lapsed fans or new fans are like, what's going on in WWE right now? There's a lot of attention going on, a lot of people showing up. The CM Punk's back, and of course, The Rock's back, and it brings new eyeballs, and I get that. I'm fine with that. I don't have to like everybody I work with. I'm sure you don't like everybody you work with. But the unique thing about my job is I can beat them up if I want. And at Rumble, I roughed Punk up bad, and I knew it was bad, but I didn't realize I'd actually succeeded and injured the guy. So I wasn't laughing about it, but I'm not laughing.
Absolutely. Listen, big man. I listen every week, man. I'm seeing you, whether it's on social, whether it's on Raw, wherever, like the promos and the thoughts that you put on the microphone in front of these live audiences, whether you're at a premium live event, whether you're on the road, like what's happened. I listen. I've been watching you for your whole career. What has happened? Have you taken lessons? Have you taken classes? Have you been writing it down? Where have you gotten this unbelievable, uncanny ability to speak this kind of this gospel on the microphone each week, brother?
I suggest anybody that thinks it's something that's never happened before and it just magically started happening, watch my work from the independents from 2014 to 2017, specifically in places like ICW in Scotland, where I was just fully unleashed, fully myself, fully crap disturber. Because I'm from the UK, got that British personality, got a Scottish personality where we just tear each other apart. And like in my group chats, people would be shocked if they saw the things my friends and I say to each other back home. And they're like, "You're friends?" I was like, "That's just the way we talk to each other." But as Smiley Sword drew, there's limitations how far you can go tearing people apart. And there's one of my buddies in the UK, he's very good with this stuff. And he's always got, some great thoughts, some great ideas. We rip on each other. And if something's hilarious that we're saying to each other, I'm like, I'm going to spin that right into something on the internet. It's fun right now. There's a blank canvas. Everything's kind of hitting it. And I'm just being very, very Scottish with a very British personality. And people seem to be enjoying it.
Absolutely. Like I said, different changes in the company, for the better. There's so many things going on, you know what I mean, with Netflix deals and deals here and deals there. And like I said, you've been in this company at different points in your career. You've been all around the world. What you're feeling towards where you're working at right now, brother?
Incredible. I can't believe how much bigger the company keeps getting. When I first arrived, I was like, my goodness, I'm a WWE. This is huge, gigantic. It couldn't be any bigger than this. And every year, it seems like it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Right now, it's unbelievable going through the phases of like, the network, which has led to being on Peacock, which has led to like where we were TV deal wise, which back in the day it used to be the company had to pay to get on the network. And now there's these billion-dollar deals. There's this huge demand for constant content, and we're content creating monsters. So suddenly we're massively valuable in the marketplace, and wrestling is at a level it's never been in history when it comes to respect in the marketplace and so many eyeballs on the product. And right now, just looking across the landscape, it's just unreal. And like it's reflected in the numbers. Like you look at the people attendance wise over these last weekend house shows, we broke live events, sorry. We broke records for attendance, we broke records for the financials. We've been doing that nonstop for well over a year now. I ask every week, what's the house tonight? What's the numbers tonight? And we just keep smashing those numbers. It's because of all the hard work from the in-ring talent, everybody working backstage, the creative, and right now the attitude on television is there's no wrong answers. Everything is outside the box. If you've got something, obviously run it by somebody. Don't go out there and go into business for yourself, but make sure, hey, I've got this idea, let's try it. And you've got the ability now to try and succeed or try and fail, but at least it'll be on you.
It's awesome, brother. We got listen. You got a title match. You know you got a title match. That's why we're talking. But listen, Damian Priest hanging and lying in the weeds. I'm thinking as I see him every week with the Money in the Bank briefcase, you have to be aware of that, especially if you go into WrestleMania and you win this title. He's around. You know what I mean. So like I don't want to just shortchange the fellow. Is he in the back of your mind, the front of your mind, the side of your mind?
Yeah, he's in my mind. I mean, I need to stop giving him the answers because he may actually listen. Unlike Seth, I keep giving him the answers to the test and he keeps failing. But with Priest in the last match, he decided to cash in halfway through me and Seth. And I was so angry because I had to Claymore him on the floor, which hurts me just as much as it hurts my opponent because I kicked them in the face and I landed my own back on the floor from about freaking 6 feet in the air. And it ended up costing me the match. And afterwards, I was like, why would you cash in during the match, you idiot? Why didn't you wait till after the match when I was at my weakest and I was, you know, ready for the taking? And since went, maybe I need to stop telling this guy. This one you should cash in, buddy, because it makes the most sense in case he goes, oh, you know what, Drew's right. I'm not Seth Rollins. I can actually take advice. So yeah, I'll keep one eye on Priest at all times.
Absolutely. In my hometown, Pennsylvania, kind of coming up this April for WrestleMania 40. And before we get you out of here, brother, just what are your thoughts, man? Seriously, this moment in your career, at this stage in your career, at this point in your life, you're going against listen, it feels like he's been around for a while, but I do call him an all-time great. However, I think you might be the best in the business right now, Drew, for real, brother. But just walk me through what's going to happen WrestleMania 40.
Well, thank you for that. Pretty proud how everything's going right now, and it's not just me who does it myself. We got a lot of people, help lifting me up right now. What's going to happen is we're going to keep gaining momentum right into WrestleMania. I'm sure there'll be some stuff on the internet that's going to make people crack up. I already, have a good one in mind after Raw, so keep your eyes open for that one. So I'm going to mess with Seth, who's known for his mind games, but you could see him on the Twitter the other day. Was getting a little frustrated because the biggest mistake you can make right now is responding to me on social media because I'll kill you. So I'll drive him crazy with the mind games, and then if he actually shows up, hopefully in tip-top shape, we're going to give everybody a match that they're going to be talking about for a long time because he is one of the best I've ever been in the ring with. He's a phenomenal in-ring performer. I'm operating at the best level I've ever been operating on from a character standpoint and an in-ring standpoint. And if we have the right platform, everybody is 100% healthy, Seth. It's going to be a match people will be talking about for a long time, and a moment people will be talking about for a long time when Drew finally got the world title in front of live fans for himself, because the last two were for everybody else. But this one is for myself and CM Punk.
Drew McIntyre, it's always a pleasure, brother. Thank you for taking the time, and I can't wait to see you in April, man.
See you then, bro. Good to catch up.